What's going on, guys? Your boy Amazing here, back with another video, and in today's video, guys, we are here with the New Year's Festival, pretty much confirmed here, guys. We'll talk about it in today's video, but we have a bunch of news here about the New Year's Festival, and I also wanted to give you guys my thoughts on what I think the character could do, and also just some of the, kind of the things about these characters that could actually make it very, very dope in terms of the, Grand Cross landscape here, guys. So before we actually hop into the video, though, make sure to hit that like button and subscribe as we are on the road to that 50,000 subscribers. I definitely appreciate all the support on the channel as of late, guys. It definitely does mean a lot. And with that out of the way, man, let's hop in and let's talk about the brand new New Year's Festival character. Alright, guys, just to give you some context here before we actually talk about exactly who the character is, we had a post here from the 7 Deadly Sins Grand Cross Twitter account pretty much talking about the OST event, and so this is where they were talking about choosing the lyrics for the 2025 New Year's Festival OST. And so they had Yuki Kaji here, obviously the VA of Meliodas, and they got him here talking and specifically saying a bunch of lines about yeah, it was pretty much just like courage and love, right? So if you actually go through the lyrics here, you can see, it's like lift your eyes, look ahead, rise again, embrace the darkness, your light gives meaning to my shadow, your love, right? So you had a bunch of different lines there, kind of insinuating a relationship, right? A love. So melody of courage and hope, or the melody of love and destiny. Obviously people voted, A over B right there, so courage and hope. And Yuki Kaji himself, he actually made a quote tweet on this post right here for the JP one, and he said, in response to this, to recite the two patterns, personally he likes Meliodas and Elizabeth. I read it while feeling the affection between them. And guess what, guys? After this post, I don't know if this was exactly on the 20th, this was on the 18th, so 2 days later, we actually did get the confirmation from the GOAT 7DS leaks that it is a Elizabeth and Meliodas festival, guys. That's absolutely insane, actually. So pretty much, we obviously like took this at face value and was like, okay, maybe it's a Meliodas and Elizabeth festival. Like, people were like, okay, it's possible it's a dual unit. This right here pretty much confirmed it, guys. Like, right here, once we saw this, we're like, okay, 7DS leaks is saying it. The credibility from 7DS leaks in terms of stuff that they've posted before is very, very credible. And so yeah, guys, we know now it's gonna be a Meliodas and Elizabeth dual character. And so let's kind of talk about what I think this could do for the landscape of Grand Cross and just how impactful this character is gonna be. Alright, guys, so the first thing that I want to go to in terms of a character here is going to be Lancelot, because Lancelot did introduce a new mechanic in Grand Cross that I think will definitely be on this brand new Meliodas and Elizabeth dual unit. Now, the first thing that he introduced was actually dual race. So this is the first character in Grand Cross that has the actual race for multiple different races, being, human and fairy for Lancelot specifically. But when we're talking Elizabeth and Meliodas, is going to be a goddess and demon character. That's absolutely insane. And then on top of that, Lancelot actually had a talent effect here, which I think could be a really cool way to kind of incorporate the dual unit aspect of Meliodas and Elizabeth. They could have this talent effect either be kind of like a transformation mechanic, or a way to kind of like swap the characters in a sense, where maybe once you press the talent effect, it goes from Meliodas and it swaps to Elizabeth, or vice versa, and you swap between the the characters. They could definitely do that, and I think that's a really good way actually to kind of incorporate a dual unit kind of thing. And so my main prediction for what I think they could do is they could have obviously the two skills right here, right? Let me actually pull up a transformation character. I feel like it'll be a little bit easier to explain it that way. So let's actually pull up Aaron here. But like for Aaron in the game, he had different skills after he did his ultimate. So if you actually click his ultimate here, guys, the skills actually changed. So even though you had like this skill right here, which is just raw attack percent, once he transformed into his transformation state, it actually became an amplified skill, and it was obviously the giant titan Aaron doing the attack. So I think what they could do is have the talent effect be a way to swap to Elizabeth. So let's say the base unit is a King Meliodas, right? We have obviously the base skills. They could have the talent effect be used mid-battle, swap over to Elizabeth, and now both your skills are going to be Elizabeth skills to be able to be used. And then I guess for the ultimate there, guys, I guess what they could just do is just have it be Melly and Elizabeth together in an ultimate, just doing a dual attack pretty much. I think that could be a really good way to do it. And yeah, I mean, that brings a bunch of possibilities for what can kind of, happen with that character. And I think that is a really, really cool effect. Now, the next thing that I think is very important too, guys, which has to do with this character, would be Tristan, because Tristan here, he actually has a passive already buffing both goddess and demon allies. And I think we did get a leak a while back. It could have been a beta app leak, so I'm not 100% sure if this was like confirmed or not. But there was, I think, a leak about it where Tristan would be getting a holy relic, and that would actually be perfect for, this upcoming release of a character being a dual Meliodas and Elizabeth, because they would be dual race demon and goddess, benefiting from both the passive effects here of Tristan, which I think could be crazy cool, guys. So that's another thing right there that I think could be really nice. And obviously if he gets a holy relic, they could, build upon that, right? Yeah, and then I guess obviously from there, guys, another thing we could take into account as well is if we talk the characteristic of the character, they would be 7 deadly sins. So that would mean the Elizabeth Meliodas dual unit would be a 7 deadly sins characteristic character, because if we actually go to any Elizabeth in the game, their characteristic is literally nothing, guys. They do not have a characteristic for Elizabeth. She's not a part of any type of characteristic in the game, so that would automatically make this character viable on a 7 deadly sins team as well, which in terms of Elizabeth and the main issues I've had with them in the past is that if you look at Light Liz or even and mainly with Queen Liz, they cannot be run on 7 deadly sins teams because they themselves are not a 7 deadly sins, like the Queen Liz and Light Liz respectively. Both of them are not 7 deadly sins characters, so they don't get to benefit from other 7 deadly sins passive buffs. And so because this would be a dual Meliodas and Elizabeth, they would most likely share the tag of 7 deadly sins, and that's going to be an insane buff to this character, allowing for multiple variants of teams. So I think this could be really, really cool the way they go about it. They either have it to where Meliodas and Elizabeth as a dual unit can be run on demon, goddess, and 7 deadly sins, so you have 3 different teams they could buff and actually make very good as well, which I think could be a really cool way to go about it, guys. I would be very excited for something along those lines, because we've never had a character that could do that many different teams and be that dominant in that kind of thing as well. I think that would be absolutely insane. And this actually does make a lot of sense, guys, for it to be kind of a end of year thing, because with every end of year festival Meliodas, we've always had something be kind of new in terms of what they've done and what they've actually introduced. So this would be the first dual unit character, in the sense that they have 2 characters on the actual 1 unit kit, which I think could be really cool. So if we go in past years and just talk about what other characters introduced, Assault Melly didn't really introduce anything, I guess. I feel like he was just like the first Holy War festival, so I guess he's kind of an outlier here, guys. But if we talk about the other ones, I mean, Trader Melly, the first character to have darkness attribute, right? First one. So that was absolutely insane that he was able to do. And then Purgatory Meliodas kind of introduced the more like team-wide passive effects, and also the effect on the health bar, right, where you had like a little like darkness effect on it, which was obviously very cool too. And then moving on from Purg Melly, guys, we had DK Meliodas, which, as you guys know, DK Melly is a base UR character, so he was special in that sense where, he started out UR and you were instantly just able to, max out the character, and he's just absolutely insane as well, like a very, very dominant character. So I definitely do think that they could have this character be a light and dark character swapping, which would be very cool. First ever light and dark swapping, right? And then also make it so that, again, they're goddess and demon race, and then also a part of the 7 deadly sins characteristic, which would provide a ton of viability on these 7 deadly sins teams that Elizabeth always lacked, man. They would be absolutely insane, guys. So yeah, I mean, there you guys go, man. Those are kind of my thoughts on what I think the character could do overall. But also bear in mind, guys, that, this is a leak, so we don't know 100% if this is going to be for sure. We're most likely going to have the live stream on either the Tuesday or probably Christmas, actually, going into the Thursday. We actually just do not know yet, so we'll have to wait till they make the announcement for the live stream, guys. But yeah, man, I mean, that's pretty much my thoughts right there, guys, on a dual Meliodas and Elizabeth festival unit for New Year's. And yeah, I mean, obviously with 70S Leagues confirming it, it's most likely going to be a thing, guys, so look forward for that. So that's going to be it for the video. I hope you guys did enjoy. Again, let me know in the comments below what you guys want this character to do. Do you guys want it to introduce a bunch of different things like I mentioned in this video, or do you guys have other ideas for what this character could be? That, let me know in the comment section below, guys. But that's going to be it for the video. I hope you guys did enjoy, and we'll see you guys on the next one, man. Peace out. Have a good rest of your day, guys. See you later, man.